Hello everyone, I'm going to share with you what I built for the Algolia Depth Challenge. The primary use case revolves around automating the enrichment of N5000 company data stored in Algolia. And well, this data refers to a list of fast-growing companies, and we have several fields like company name, industry, city, object ID, and so on. And in this case, we have one called Gerson list, which I use as a filter to get less data for this specific example. And the goal is to enhance this data set with AI-generated insights to make it more available for search, analysis, or business intelligence purposes. All the enrichment that I'm going to show in this video is powered by Anthropic's Claude AI model, integrated via API calls with the Algolia MCP, and an N8N workflow. So let's start with the example. I'm gonna filter here by years on the list equal to 16. So we have here 12 companies, and we can see that these companies only have 29 attributes. We're gonna come back here to see how we add new data to each one of these attributes. Then I'm gonna move to the N8N workflow. This N8N workflow has a webhook. This webhook waits for Algolia MCP to trigger. So once it's triggered, it sends information to this webhook as the filter for years on filter and how many items we want processed per batch. So we extract information, the JSON file, we extracting from here, and then we send an HTTP request to get the data from Algolia. So this way we can go to Algolia and get all the information required by the MCP. And here in code, we store all the needed information from that we got from Algolia to start iterating over it. So once we got the information extracted, we start iterating over it using this loop over items. Then we send this information into Claude API. Claude API has already configured in this workflow like the commands to extract valuable insights for each one of the companies, to return specific fields into this one. Once these specific fields are returned, it is gonna collect everything and put it together, and then it send back the information to Algolia to update each one of the object IDs. So we are going to add new information if there is not added before. And this is just to verify that the pushback to Algolia worked. And it loop over all the items, and once it's done, it's going to send an email to ensure that everything is okay. All right, so I'm gonna put here this button execute workflow. This is gonna wait for a trigger event. We're gonna trigger this later using Cloud Desktop. Now I'm gonna open my code. This is the code. Basically here is where we register the trigger and a workflow tool. And this is all the MCP node code available in GitHub. I added this section to ensure that we can call that webhook that I just showed you. And here is where we pass the custom settings to ensure that in Cloud Desktop we can call this new function. So let's go with the test. I open here my Cloud Desktop. So here I already have my Algolia MCP. And I have here my trigger N8N workflow. That is the one that I show you in the configuration. So I'm just gonna copy paste here the command. This command is trigger the N8N workflow to enrich in 5,000 companies with filters, years on list 16, hits per page. Let's do it with 5 to make it faster, and distinct 1 to ensure that we avoid duplicates. And here is where we see what information we're gonna send to the N8N workflow, and it says, okay, has been successfully triggered with the parameter size in here. Awesome. So let's see how it looks. It is working. I'm not doing anything. It's directing through all the items. Here it goes. It is a 4 item. And we go for the last one. So here is getting the data from Claude. It is editing the fields, and it sends an email. But let's see now the changes that we're gonna have here. I'm gonna refresh this bar. Years on leaks 16, and here we have 33 attributes. We had 29, and this is the new fields. A summary. This was generated by Claude. The same as trends, categories, and yes, a Boolean field to ensure that it is ANH or not. So we send 5 new items. So this is the first one, second one, third, fourth, and fifth one. And these are not touched because we requested like that using Claude Next. So that was the functionality using Algolia MCP and workflows and Claude API. Thanks for watching.